Hey there guys, how's it going? It is me, Martin from Cot Shots, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Anyway, so as you all may know, I don't know how to put this, but I got into a clan called Amplified Gamers just recently. If you didn't notice by my background or display picture, profile picture, whatever you want to call it. And I'll put their link in the description if you want to check them out. I recommend it. They have some pretty sick mini-tages, montages, and all that jazz. Anyways, so I haven't done a commentary in a long ass time. I don't know why. I just couldn't think of a good topic, but now I got a good one in my head. I was trying to think of a funny story after that drowning one. I thought I couldn't think of anything else. Well, actually not think of anything else, but remember anything else, because these stories really did happen. So let's get started, shall we? Anyways, so when I was, how can I put this? When I was around, I was really like gangsta at this age, 10 years old. I went to a really sketchy school. I was around in grade, yeah, to be exact, I was in grade 3, and I was a straight up gangster. You know, I wore those Nike Airs. My pants were, you know, at knee length, you know, the waist where you, yeah. Okay, I'm starting to sound like an idiot. I just woke up and I can't really talk. But my pants were, you know, the waist part was at knee length. I was so gangsta. I was wearing shirts 4 sizes too big, and I was like the whitest kid. You know, you'd see this kid in baggy clothes, and then all of a sudden you'd hear his voice like, "Hey guys," you know. I was at least that's the way I remember myself. That's what my parents were telling me. Anyways, so there was this funny story because I lived in this neighborhood. You know, I was such an outgoing kid for that young of an age compared to older kids. You know, I was kind of on the crazy side as well. Whenever, let's say, I went outside to a park, I always chilled with these big dudes. And I don't want to be racist here. I'm not racist here, but they were gangsters and they were black. They were big. They were, I believe, in 8th grade or ninth grade. Compared to, you know, a 3rd grader hanging out with those kids, I was pretty legit. You got to admit. So, anyways, there was this one woman that lived on the corner block of our neighborhood. It was a brand new townhouse neighborhood. You know, I just moved in there. It was my first year at this school. I'm not going to tell you guys which school it was, but it was my first year there. I met some couple cool people there. I was a gangster. That's where I got my first ear piercing. Yes, when I was in grade 3, I got my left ear pierced because I'm not a faggot. And, yeah, so in that whole process of turning into a gangster, from a pussy to a gangster, it was kind of weird, you know, because I right now I just think back and like, wow, I was so stupid, you know, because there was this one incident. Well, I'm going to continue what I was saying earlier. There was this woman that lived on the corner block of our neighborhood, and she was such a mean bitch, you know, because right across from her backyard there was a soccer field. Well, it wasn't really a soccer field. It was just a field, but you could basically make your own nets out of, you know, throwing 2 t-shirts side by side and by each side of the field, and you'd have a pretty legit soccer field. And basically we lost like 4 or 5 balls, and whenever we knocked on her door, she never answered. So we lost 4 good or 5 good balls. I mean, a couple of times we did have to hop over her fence and get it, where, you know, she came out with a fucking broom and started attacking us. And actually, this reminds me, I had this kid that I went to, actually my neighbor. I'm not too good friends with them right now, but my neighbor, he had this shoe, this like, where it was really loose, and he kicked the ball and it actually went over her fence, and she didn't want to give it back. So this whole process of, you know, police coming and shit, it was insane. I'm telling you guys, I was so shocked when, you know, she didn't want to give back the shoe because she said it's on her private property. Well, let me rephrase that. Whatever's on her property is her private property. Means it belongs to her now. So we couldn't hop the fence because she took it inside with her. So then the police got involved, and eventually he got his shoe back, and I don't think the woman, you know, got any punishment in return. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm telling you guys all these separate stories, but since I do have a 7-minute video, I still have 3 minutes to tell you guys. Anyways, so what basically happened is, yeah, we lost 4 balls. I think I even spent like $40 on a ball, and I couldn't climb back in because she was a son of a bitch. She sometimes waited in her backyard to fucking take our balls inside. So basically what we did, one day she was leaving her house. I I wasn't really involved in this because I was in grade 3. I couldn't really do much, but the older dudes that I was hanging out with, they were down to do anything. Okay, so the first thing they did, usually in that neighborhood, people had built their own porches in their backyards. Basically, she had a big porch, and this huge dude, he was at least like 6 feet high. No, I mean, like, not 6 feet, that's not really tall, but more than 6 feet tall. He went there, he ripped off her whole porch ledge, which basically the whole railing of the ledge. He took it and single-handedly just ripped that shit out and threw it on her backyard. So basically, her porch was not a porch anymore. It was just, a porch without a ledge. I don't know if that makes much sense, but I know it sounds kind of stupid. So after that, what we did is we took her lock and we just shoved a bunch of wood in there, like little shards of wood that stuck out, so she couldn't get back in. And what else? I think they wanted to smash her window open, but I don't think they did that. At least I don't remember. I think I would remember that, so I don't think they did. And yeah, so after that, I believe I didn't even run home because I was so scared that, one of my parents was gonna yell at me, even though I think my dad was only there at the time because I was living with my dad at the moment. And he was a pretty laid-back guy, Well, he is a pretty laid-back guy. He doesn't really care if I get into some trouble or anything. So, so I just ran to my other neighbor's house, and we just sat there. I was like looking out their window. I was like shitting myself, so my legs were shaking. I was like, oh fuck, I don't want to go to jail. I'm too young to go to jail, At the start of it, I was like, yo, oh yeah, and I remember that big dude that ripped open her ledge off her porch was actually, he only did that because of me, because I was like, why don't you go over there and rip off his like ledge or whatever. I don't remember what it's called, but he just ripped that off, and it was primarily because of me. And there was this whole process, the police came, and I was hidden the whole time. Nobody knew about me. Nobody snitched on me. So I think those guys were pretty loyal. They were pretty chill, even though I was the younger. But what can you say? It was a fun day. I didn't get into any trouble, luckily. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to hear some more stories, I have a lot of more stories, including Yu-Gi-Oh cards when they stole them from me. I'm not going to do the one where I shat myself, because that is kind of disgusting, and I don't really want to be talking about shit in that for a good 5 minutes. Anyways, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe, rate, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!